into a Western Conference contest in this game. Glad to have you with us for more NBA action.
Ready?
This is Kevin Harlan with Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony, and on the sideline tonight, Doris Burke.
Here we go.
Look at the Kings. They return victorious from an undefeated road trip back to the loving embrace of their hometown faithful.
This is the start of a brief homestand for them, but they may have a chance here, Kevin, to get some wins in front of their home fans before they head back out on the road.
And because you never know what's going to happen on that next road trip, it's much easier to control your own fate on a short homestand.
All right, let's set the floor courtesy of Gatorade. All fueled up and ready to go. So for New Orleans right now, Wilson Chandler out there with Anthony Davis. Then it's Joel Embiid. Then there's Gordon. And it's Hill in at the point. There's the screen. Left side Ibaka. Soft touch off the glass.
And when you look at Serge Ibaka, it's amazing how methodically he's worked on his shooting. I mean, it seems like every year his range extends a couple of feet. He now has one of the best mid-range jumpers in the game, and that has obviously opened up the offense for everyone else.
And Davis can't get it to go. Here's Sacramento now. Everly with the ball. Picked up by Davis. Dishes it to Ibaka. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Over in the corner, Barnes. Here's Evans. And it goes as the official calls the foul. Count it. He'll shoot one more at the free throw line.
Defensive foul.
Really strong rebounding on the interior, and he gets the easy putback.
And guys, Tyreke Evans is so versatile. Great instincts, well-developed skill set. He can beat you every way you turn.
Now here is Hill. He's averaging just around 8.5 points a game. Davis sets a screen. Gordon. And it's wide right. Hits off the rim. And back to Tyreke Evans. He's a big, muscular guy for a wing. 7-foot wingspan, that arm span we've all admired and read so much about. Too strong for off guards. Too quick for small forwards. He's kind of got a ubiquitous position.
He does. And, Kevin, you know, it's funny. A lot of people have tried to place him in a box in terms of position. Instead of just saying he's a basketball player, the guy's strong. He's got tremendous physical attributes. Combine that with the ball handling and his confidence, and it gives you an interesting mix. I mean, he's one of the more unique, multifaceted guys we have in our league.
And once again, off the mark by Sacramento. Outside Gordon. Embiid the screen. Chandler kicks to Davis. No good, and they can't put an end to this drought.
Not really his best quarter as far as scoring. Let's see if he can eventually get back on track.
Cousins against Chandler. Cousins, the pass to Beverly. Nobody near Barnes. Hits the three-point bomb. Barnes has got his first 3 points of the game. Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time getting the lid off the basket so far.
There's the pick. Chandler kicks to Gordon. On the wing, Hill. Back to Gordon. Takes the three. It's hauled in by Beverly.
Well, he wanted to return the favor there for that last three, but it just wasn't in the cards.
And Ibaka kicks to Barnes. And New Orleans pushing it up now. And fouled hard that time. He'll get to the line and shoot two.
Wow, he got whacked on that one. Shouldn't be much debate there.
Blatant contact. Straightforward call. Simple.
You look at what Anthony Davis has accomplished so far in his career. The historic comparisons. I mean, they're mind-boggling. For a kid 23, Greg, the historic comparisons are very favorable for him.
I mean, he's been compared to a young KG and Duncan quite often. But in his first few seasons, his numbers look the most similar to Hakeem the Dream. And that's about as good a company as you can get.
Now, here's Cousins. Hard to imagine, but the stats are tremendous as he averages close to 27 points a game. Hill dishes to Davis. That doesn't go either for Davis.
He's going to play his way right onto the bench and out of the game if he continues to shoot it like he has so far in this quarter.
And Beverly kicks to Cousins. It's stolen by Davis. One-on-one fast break. Here's Gordon. It's good. He scores. That's his first basket after missing his first 2 attempts. Now 1 for 3.
And it doesn't really matter who starts the break with how he runs the floor. He seems to always be the one who finishes.
Yeah, he is so fun to watch and how he attacks the rim at full speed like that, man. It's something to behold the way that guy gets to the rim. You know, and the funny thing about Davis having similar numbers to Hakeem, he came very close last season in putting up a quadruple double. Hakeem was one of only 4 people to ever accomplish that. A good open look, and he splashes home the 3.
Evans passes to Cousins. Took him no time at all on that one. Cousins has got his second basket.
Just such a well-rounded offensive player. He's got a little bit of everything. You know, Davis might get a quadruple double at some point. Last season he had 30 points, 10 rebounds, and 5 blocks on 4 different occasions. The rest of the NBA had a combined 0 in that category.
The Kings have gotten 5 of 10 shots to drop in this game so far, right at the 50% mark. Evans kicks to Ibaka, and Cousins throws it down.
And able to pad his stats a little bit there on that play, the board and the bucket.
And you know, Greg, that'll put him in the good graces of that coaching staff, too. My goodness.
Kevin and Greg, hard work on the offensive glass always does that. I mean, his fans will remember the dunk, but the coaches love the rebound.
Now, here is Hill. He's had some playing time, but no scoring yet for him. And finished off by Davis.
And we always talk about making your teammate better. That assist was right on target.
Here's Beverly. Screen by Ibaka. And Beverly kicks to Cousins. Drills it from outside. Cousins has got 9 points.
Yeah, it's such a sweet 3-point stroke there. And it can really open things up inside because as good as he shoots it, it forces the opposing bigs to have to step out on the perimeter.
Now here is Hill. Feeds to Gordon. Shot clock at 5. Great D on that shot, and it's off the mark.
Tell you what, they haven't wasted any time getting into the swing of things on the boards.
And even this early, that's a good omen for the rest of the game.
Here's Chandler. 5 points in the game. Barnes against Davis. Chandler right side. Fader on the way. Can't get it to go. Now Sacramento takes it the other way. New Orleans is still a relatively young team, but they play with the maturity, I think, Clark, that's beyond their years.
You know, Kevin, the average age for them last year was just over 25 years old, and the youngest team in the West, actually, to make it to the playoffs last year.
Now here's Gordon. He's a good contributor to his team, averaging about 10.5 points a game. And now Sacramento on the break. Beverly with the ball. Screen by Ibaka. Beverly dishes to Ibaka. Kicks to Barnes. He feeds it to Cousins. Sacramento needs to get off a shot. That one goes. Count it. Beverly's got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game.
And for the Pelicans, part of why they look so mature is how they protect leads. I mean, rarely giving away points for free and knowing how to close out games.
And first time out of the game called for New Orleans.
And you know, guys, the Pelicans only lost 5 games last year where they led going into the fourth quarter. They won 38 when entering the fourth quarter with the lead. That's very mature basketball for a team that's as young as they are.
Some changes for Sacramento. Charlie Villanueva's checked in for Ibaka. Pierce comes in for Matt Barnes. And Marcus Smart is subbed in for Patrick Beverley. Now here's Rivers. Currently averaging almost 6 points a game. Trying to get back on track. And lots of contact there. Missing the shot. He'll shoot 2. They get Charlie Villanueva. Austin Rivers traded to the Clippers last year. A change of scenery did him well, and he was comfortable coming off the bench.
And that's a great point, Kevin. I mean, he seemed to get steady playing time, and that's what he needed most. And also, he wasn't defined by a position. They were able to find a niche role for him to play in.
Now here's Evans. He's been a reliable scorer for him as he's averaging up over 13 points a game.
Boy, he threw out some punishment with that two-hand throwdown.
And Clark, now's the time to do it. Continue to attack that rim.
The shot by Thompson, and no one's around. And again, New Orleans has no luck.
And, you know, the role for Rivers last season was that of a bench scorer. I mean, not sure if he'll ever be a starter, but he can be a part of a winning basketball team with his skill set.
Here's Rivers, following the basket by DeMarcus Cousins. Here's the screen. Rivers passes to Randall. Stolen by Evans. Here's Pierce. Throws down the breakaway jam.
You could not diagram a better way to open a quarter.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, look at the lead they've jumped out to already. What a start.
And with the trade last season, Rivers became the first son ever to play for his father. His dad, of course, being Doc Rivers.
And the rejection by Cousins. Evans against Thompson. Evans kicks to Cousins. Outside, Pierce. Back to Cousins. And it's Rivers with the rebound. Pelicans trail by 13. The shot by Butler. Nobody around. Off target from three-point range.
And that one gives them a +5 rebound advantage, Kevin.
Pretty clear. They're dominating that area. They've come out with a lot more energy and effort so far.
Here's Cousins. And there's the whistle. Fouled hard on the shot. He'll go to the line. Julius Randle picks one up.
At the line for your Kings.
You know, when you look at DeMarcus Cousins, he's clearly one of the more talented and also one of the most emotional players in the game. He's also one of the most teed up.
Yeah, talking about Cousins' top 5 in technical fouls in each of his first 5 seasons. Among other things, that's given away a ton of free points, guys, to the opposition.
Yeah, DeMarcus is working hard to control that temper, and he knows it's important for the team. But it's hard to plug a volcano.
Timeout is called. First of the game for Sacramento.
And former Coach of the Year George Karl making his way back into the league last season. Kings picked him up halfway through the year to kind of stabilize their coaching situations.
The Kings making a switch here. Biyombo's checked in. And here's Smart. Still getting warmed up offensively. No buckets yet in the game for him. 7-second difference, shot and game clock. Now the feed to Biyombo. Clock at 6. from about 19 feet. Koufos grabs the miss.
The shot's there for him, and he's got to take it. I don't care if he doesn't convert. That's a shot he has to.
And a double-digit lead on the scoreboard as we end the first quarter of play. Kings lead by 12. And back with the start of the second quarter in just a moment. Welcome back, folks. We'll see if we're in store for a more tightly contested quarter as we move here into the second. And quite a position here for the Kings to be in. What do you guys think?
It's all about their defense. They have just done a terrific job of negating the timing and spacing of their opponent.
Every shot is challenged and challenged well.
On the court right now, second quarter for the Pelicans. Rivers out there with Hardaway. Then it's Randall. Then it's Caron Butler. And it's Koufos in the center position.
Yeah, terrific play right there. Great strength to finish through the contact.
That's exactly how it should be done. Get the bump, concentrate on the shot, and you'll get the bucket too.
Smart with the ball. Quiet so far offensively, searching for his first points of the game. The pass to Villanueva. It's Pierce on the wing. And too long on the shot.
No breathing room at all to take that shot.
Pass to Randall. Back to Butler. The three.
You know what, though? Sometimes you can be too open. I think it may have surprised him, and that's why he missed.
Pierce against Butler. And stolen by Butler. Outside Hardaway. He kicks to Rivers. Hardaway dishes to Rivers. Shot clock at 6. Count that one, and the Kings lead has been cut to just 7 on the basket from Butler.
The D just sagged off just enough, and no hesitation on his part.
And here in the second, 2 minutes gone by. Oh, trying for it. And that's out of bounds. Sacramento will retain possession. Now here's Smart. He's guarded by Rivers. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Johnson can't hit.
Got a good look, though. I thought that was going to go down.
Yeah, the D, though, just enough to bother the rhythm on that one, Clark.
Pass to Rivers. Right side Hardaway. Now here's Rivers. Back to Hardaway. From deep three-point range. And it's Butler missing.
A slight advantage for them in the rebound department, but that oftentimes is all it takes.
Especially, Greg, when you're scoring the ball at a decent clip the way they have. I mean, they've done exactly what's necessary to take the lead.
Pierce with a wide open look. Good, and Smart gets the assist. Pierce has got his second basket of the night. Rivers kicks to Randall. Off the pick. And he jams it with authority.
And it was the screen there, guys, that freed him up as he ran his man into it.
And then it was all acceleration, GA, to the bucket right after that.
Almost a backboard breaker.
And he hits it and gets hacked on the play. A three-point possibility if he can convert the free throw.
Yeah, he earned that one. I mean, taking the hit and still able to get that one to go down.
Incredible, incredible body control right there. Don't know how he was able to get that one to go, but it sure was a thing of beauty to watch.
A platoon swap here for New Orleans. Hill kicks to Embiid. There's the dish to Davis. Battles through traffic and lays it in. Davis has got 7.
Timely passing leads to assists, and that's been the recipe for success.
Everybody on the same page, completely in sync, tremendous communication and awareness.
Defensive
And
foul.
very little fight put up by the defense as he made his way to the bucket for the jam.
They did seem to take the cautious approach, Greg, when it came to defending that one. You're right.
And, guys, it's not the time for caution now. I mean, they've got to be aggressive and take some risk to see if they can cut that lead down.
Chandler is screen. Near the three-point line, it's Gordon. And it's New Orleans scoring again.
Perfect screen there. Set him up with a terrific look.
Yeah, I like the fact that the setup was good, the screen was solid, but you also have to look at the fact the defender didn't do his job as well as he could have.
To the right side. Back to Ibaka. Corner shot. Anthony Davis with the rebound. Davis has got his fourth rebound with that last one here tonight. Hill kicks to Gordon. It's back to Hill. New Orleans moving the ball around. And it's Gordon penetrating. Biombo with the block. Johnson, the pass to Ibaka. Kicks it out to Johnson. Drains the three-pointer. Johnson's got 6 in the quarter.
What are they thinking leaving him with all that space out there? Do they not know? Have they not heard that this guy is unbelievable? That's a layup for him.
Chandler dishes to Embiid. The kick out to Hill. New Orleans needs to get off a shot. Chandler, no good. And guys, Bismack Biyombo, he got into a groove at the end of last season. After Al Jefferson went down, remember the month of April, he averaged nearly 9 rebounds a game, 2.5 blocks. He was all over the floor.
Yeah, and that's Bismack. I mean, he's that guy. He cleans the glass for you, intimidates shooters in the lane. He's not all the way consistent yet, but he's shown steady improvement.
New Orleans making a switch here. Robinson's checked in.
Not sure what the D was doing there. Clearly a breakdown. You can ill afford to give a guy like him that good a look.
Outside Hill. Jacks up a 3. And that one's good. Hill's got it back down to within single digits for New Orleans.
Talking about Bismack Biyombo, he entered the league as an extremely raw prospect, was the 7th pick in 2011. His shot and general awareness were the biggest concerns, but last season he shot over 60% from the floor. The 2 seasons before that was only 45%.
And putting in the work on the boards, and it's paying off with chances like that.
And G.A., he does put in the work. You're right. It's why he's on the finishing end of one putback slam after another.
Well, his effort has never been a question mark. He is an incredibly self-motivated player.
Kufis checked in for Embiid. Hill kicks to Robinson. The kick out to Hill. 6 to shoot. The drive by Gordon. The second chance effort. Foul called that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here.
Really the right play defensively. If you can't block, force him to the line.
Yeah, exactly. Prevent the layup. Give them a little bump, and then maybe they'll think twice about coming into the lane next time. And if they don't think about it, at least they might be distracted by your presence.
Charlie Villanueva's checked in for Serge Ibaka. Kings leading now by 8.
And getting back to Biyombo for a moment, he has the potential for a breakout year. I mean, all the physical tools you would want. He's seen enough of the game. He's worked on those skills. Now it's time to just put it all together and become the player your potential dictates.
And the basket by Pierce.
And really smart to draw his man out to the perimeter. He's giving up too much size to be effective inside.
Showed nice basketball IQ. I agree, Greg. I mean, if he finds his spot on the perimeter and doesn't force it, I think his outside shot will be hard to block no matter who's defending it.
And Sacramento has possession. The biggest lead of the game, 15 points. The Wizards on the road to face them after this game. They'll find themselves in the middle of this string of 3 straight at home. Now here's Smart. He's guarded by Hill. 5 to shoot. Here's Villanueva. The three-pointer off the mark. Last game for the Kings, they picked up the W against the Minnesota Timberwolves. Out of bounds, Sacramento takes possession. A big group substitution here for New Orleans. Davis is checked in for Robinson. Butler comes in for Wilson Chandler. Thompson, he's checked in for Eric Gordon. And it's Rivers in for Hill.
And you know, guys, Eric Gordon was an unbelievable three-point shooter last season. 45% from behind the arc. The first time he's been over 40% in his career.
Timeout called by the Kings. Platoon swap here for Sacramento. And the Pelicans also making a change. Joel Embiid, he's checked in for Kosta Koufis. Sacramento leading by 8. Here's Beverly. He averages about 5 points a game. Screen by Cousins. And Beverly kicks to Ibaka. Second chance shot. And a foul on the shot. He'll go to the stripe for 2.
Excellent game we've seen from DeMarcus Cousins. 15 points, and he's also got 1 block to add to the mix today.
Yeah, that's just a small part of what we've seen, but it's been a solid contribution defensively.
You know, we were talking about Eric Gordon. He's always had great range, but not always the great shot selection.
You know, and that's a great point because, you know, we see now that he's starting to mature, starting to value every possession. And that's good news for the rest of that team.
The kick outside to Butler. From past the arc. No good.
A good board there, Kevin, but overall they're getting slightly out-rebounded.
And that's a good place to start if you're going to try to find your way back into this game. Get to work on the glass.
Passes to Cousins. There's the pick. Clock at 4. Breaks a big high bounce and goes in. Cousins has got 18 points in the game.
They're perfectly content to keep going to that mid-range jumper. If the defense is going to give it to them, they'll take it all day.
It's about getting open looks, and they've used that shot with great effect here tonight.
And there's the call on Patrick Beverly. That is his first foul of the game.
That's his first personal foul.
Here's Rivers. It's hauled in by Beverly.
Well, he won't miss many of those, especially with the defender not in the best of positions there.
He dishes it to Cousins. And the wide open shot from Evans. That 3 off the mark. They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Sure could, Kev. I mean, too many empty trips. They need some points.
And with that shot, the Kings lead is cut down to just 8 points on the bucket from Thompson. Screen by Cousins. And Beverly kicks to Evans. Dishes to Cousins. 6 to shoot. And a strong finish with 2 hands.
Taking it to the rack with power right there.
And hammering down with the 2-handed slam.
Just piling on the lead with a dunk like that.
.112 left in the second quarter. Rivers kicks to Thompson. Here's Randall. And foul called as he misses. He'll go to the line and shoot 2. And one feels bad for the way Julius Randle's career started. I was there that night. First game of the season, 7th pick out of Kentucky in the 2014 draft. Suited up for 1 game, broke his right leg 14 minutes in. And the guy that comforted him the most, I recall very vividly, Kobe Bryant stayed with him the entire time when he was really in shock on the floor.
And he was. And unfortunately, for so many reasons, for one, he had really been progressing in the Summer League. And the Lakers obviously had high hopes for him. And when he went down, that was the start of the rest of the ship kind of going down with him.
.41 seconds left in the first half. Shot is off. Good work defensively by Ibaka.
You know, they're not totally dominating the glass, but they're definitely doing enough to keep this lead right where it is.
Yeah, but they've separated themselves, Clark, in a number of categories. Rebounds just being one of them. And mark that one down right there. It's going to be a long time until we see him miss another one like that.
Rivers passes to Embiid. So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there.
Clearly a foul.
Yeah, he took a shot there, earned those free throws.
This is his first chance at the line tonight. And he's good on the second. Here's Evans. Cousins with a screen for Evans. Pops loose off the pick and hammers it home.
And it was the screen there, guys, that freed him up as he ran his man in.
The clock runs out, and we're heading to halftime. Kings ahead, up 11. Live from Sacramento, you're watching 2K Sports. We're getting back to the action now. It's been a one-team show so far. We'll see if that changes here in the third. You look at DeMarcus Cousins in this game. He has been everywhere.
I know we've said this many times before, but what a great first half. Just an offensive juggernaut.
And, you know, in the end, I wouldn't be surprised if we're talking about what a great second half he had, guys. I mean, he can usually keep it going for all 4 quarters.
Welcome back, everyone, to the start of the second half. Big margin on our hands, but we'll see if that gap narrows down in the third and fourth quarters. You look at DeMarcus Cousins in this game. He has been everywhere.
Just a dominating performance in the post by him so far. Just tearing them to shreds when he gets it inside.
Yeah, and getting it to him is the only hard part, fellas. I mean, once he has it, he's automatic. Forget about it. He can do work down there.
We've got Tyreke Evans. DeMarcus Cousins out there with Ibaka. Then it's Patrick Beverley. And it's Barnes and it's the 3. That's the 5 out there for the Kings. Evans kicks to Barnes. He's looking for Cousins and finds him. Count the bucket. Cousins has got 24.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Yeah, and that's 4 straight field goals now, Greg, they've allowed from point-blank range. Can't happen. And their solid play in the paint continues, guys.
And that's been their focus, it seems, throughout the game. I like the discipline that they've showed in terms of creating those opportunities on the inside.
Shoots from 8. And that one's good. Cousins has got 4 points this quarter.
Just no resistance on the inside. That's their 5th consecutive make in the paint.
And, Greg, those looks they're allowing are almost automatic.
And there's the call on Patrick Beverley. That'll be his second foul of the game.
Yeah, that's a tough call right there, and really a tough break for the D.
Greg, no problem for me with that call. I mean, he was still sliding right there.
Chandler kicks to Randall. Inside. Just 5 to shoot. And there's the foul on the shot. He'll go to the line for 2.
That's his 3rd personal foul.
And looking at Joel Embiid, he has all the tools to be the game's next great center. He's raw, no doubt about that. And he'll have to overcome the injuries, but his combination of size, speed, agility, practically unparalleled.
Biyombo is checked in for Sacramento. Regarding Joel Embiid, what makes him even that much more unique as a young 7-footer. Excellent shot mechanics and a feathery touch. In college at Kansas, he shot Greg 63% from the floor. Many of those were face-up jumpers.
And as the season wore on, he became money at the free throw line as well. Those are the kinds of unique attributes that make him an extra scary prospect.
Timeout called here. The Pelicans decide to talk it over. Last season was possibly the best of Tyreke Evans' career, at least since his unbelievable rookie campaign.
Yeah, and Kev, a lot of that has to do with his injury history. I mean, last year he played in 79 games. That's the most of his career. So you could say it was probably the healthiest season he's had since he was a rookie.
So for the Pelicans, Anthony Davis, he's checked in for Joel Embiid, and it's Thomas Robinson in for Julius Randle. Pelicans trail by 12. Hill kicks to Robinson. Left side, Davis. With the fadeaway. That's good.
Anthony Davis.
Davis has got 9.
You know, back to Tyreke Evans last year, he had a big jump in three-point percentage. He was also up in assists, rebounds. Really did a lot of good things. The only bad news, he was also up in turnovers.
A wide open look here for Ibaka. No good. Now New Orleans will take it the other way. They're off to battle the Clippers after this game as they'll be playing at the Staples Center. Hill kicks to Davis. It's back to Hill. And stolen by Biyombo. And now in transition, it's Barnes. Here we go. And it's Evans missing.
And talking about Tyreke Evans, you really hope he can build on what he did last year. He has too much talent to waste on inconsistency. Time for him to just step up here in the prime of his career.
It's stolen by Ibaka. And now Sacramento on the break. Hammers it home to polish off the break.
Agility leads to thievery there as he got his hand in there to get the steal. Intelligent play to immediately start the break.
And Clark, that's been the story of this game so far. I mean, they cannot hand over any more easy points in the open floor.
Here's Davis. And there's the slam dunk to finish it off.
And just a terrific effort on the offensive glass. That's how they're going to cut into this lead.
And Greg, a dunk like that is sure to give them a spark.
Which is a spark they desperately need, Kevin. They've got to ramp up the intensity.
Out to Ibaka. Good ball movement here by the Kings. Uses both hands to slam it down.
A rim rocker.
Looked for a second like he might rip the cylinder loose.
I tell you what, that is some grown man strength on that attack.
To the inside. Here's Davis. Good. The assist goes to Hill. Hill's got 6 assists here tonight.
Well, he certainly isn't the one to blame for them being in the hole. He's been on the money with his game.
Good.
Of all the guys you want to leave open out on the perimeter, he is the absolute last guy on the list. Attention to detail. Know your personnel.
Feeds it to Chandler. Kicks it to Robinson. Outside Gordon. Davis dishes to Gordon. Bounces high off the rim and drops.
Anthony Davis.
Gordon's got 8 points. Kings leading now by 11. Evans passes to Ibaka. There's the screen. And the rebound goes to the Pelicans. Davis has got his 6th rebound on the night.
He's tried to get it going, but the shots simply have not been there. Nothing seems to be falling.
The 3 from Hill. And it's Biyombo with the rebound. Biyombo's got his 4th rebound in this one.
Sacramento didn't have a free-flowing offense, and they wanted to get up and down, and it showed in their play transitioning from stagnant to free-flowing.
6 on the shot clock. Evans goes in. The 3 from Barnes. Kept alive. Evans kicks to Ibaka. Beverly wide open. Knocks down the 3 ball. Beverly's got 6.
The D just sagged off just enough and no hesitation on his part.
Fires the 3. That doesn't go either for Gordon. Sacramento, a team that is likely to put it on the floor to attack. We saw that last year. They have no problem creating with player movement versus ball movement, which is something which is a nice way to kind of begin the transition.
It is. And, Kevin, they were dead last in the league in terms of catch-and-shoot field goal attempts. Also near the bottom in catch-and-shoot field goal percentage. So they might have been justified in that.
Sacramento leading by 11. Now Evans. He's got 5. Barnes, screen on Gordon. Evans goes in. The 3 from Barnes.
You know, 9 times out of 10, he's going to knock that one down. He'll spray that one on you.
Chandler kicks to Hill. Davis sets a screen. Hill dishes to Gordon. It's back to Hill. Here's Davis. No good there, and that would have cut it to single digits.
The defense ready for him on that possession. They had to be, because he is so strong in the paint.
And here's Beverly. He has 6. They set the pick. Evans against Chandler. Fires top of the key. Off the left rim and out.
You could tell he assumed he'd be able to beat the defensive coverage, even though it was all over.
And it's Davis missing.
And that's playing into the hands of the defense right there.
No way you can sneak that shot by him, Greg. I mean, he was all on top of that one.
Last year, the Pelicans, Greg, pushed their way into the postseason. It was a neck-and-neck battle for that number 8 spot, as you recall, with the Oklahoma City Thunder.
And how about the excitement down the stretch? They were able to edge out the Thunder and Russell Westbrook on that just point binge down the stretch there. And what a final day that was. A big, huge win over the Spurs let them get into the postseason for the first time under the Pelican moniker.
Timeout called by the Kings.
And as you said, I mean, New Orleans made the playoffs for the first time under the name Pelicans. Unfortunately for them, they ran into the Warriors in the first round and were promptly swept away.
And the Kings will go for a different look here. DeMarcus Cousins is checked in for Bismack Biyombo. Villanueva comes in for Serge Ibaka. Pierce is checked in for Barnes. And Marcus Smart is subbed in for Patrick Beverly. Smart kicks to Villanueva. He feeds it to Cousins. The 11-footer. And it's Rivers with the rebound.
And thinking back to the Pelicans playoffs from last year, let a 20-point lead slip away in that fourth quarter of Game 3. But they played better than a sweep and got valuable postseason experience for that young roster.
Kings on D. Butler in the corner. Clock at 6. Outside Hardaway. He gets it to fall. That makes it just a single-digit lead. Sacramento with the ball. 9-point game. Smart with the ball. He gives the team some steady offense, a bit under 10 points a game. Here's Cousins. The offensive rebound. Here's the pass to Smart. Hits the three-point bomb. Smart's got 5.
The three-point shot has been a real weapon for them in the second half.
Yeah, they've really done a good job of creating good looks from the outside and now they've really got it going.
Kings leading now by 12. There's the feed to Cousins. Now here's Smart. He's tightly guarded. Shot from the low block. And that one's good. Smart's got 5 points in the quarter.
They're straying away from the three-point game here in the second half. And that's fine as long as they're on the lead and they're getting good shots. They've decided not to take nearly as many three-pointers in this half.
Picked by Randall. Hardaway from outside. Embiid kicks to Rivers. Three-pointer, Butler. And there's the call on Joel Embiid. That is his first foul of the game.
That's his first personal foul.
1:11 left to play here in the third. Evans outside. Smart puts the pick in for Evans. 6 to shoot. Villanueva dishes to Cousins. And here we go. Here's Hardaway. Lays it up and in off the pretty assist.
Man, can you always depend on him or what to lead you to the right place with that pass? Money.
Now here's Evans. 5 points in the game. Now the pass to Cousins. He kicks it to Villanueva. And the call will be against Julius Randle. That'll be his second foul of the game.
That's his second personal foul.
And you can see he just didn't get squared up with his feet.
Greg, those are always tough to judge, but I think the official got that one right.
Sacramento making a switch here. Johnson's checked in. Pierce for three. Good, and Smart gets the assist. And that's now 9 points for Paul Pierce. Randall with a screen for Rivers. Pass to Randall. Puts up a three. And it would have counted had it fallen. And here at the end of the third quarter, it's a double-digit ball game. Kings lead by 15. And right after this, we'll bring you the start of the final quarter right here on 2K Sports. Welcome back as we get ready to start the fourth quarter. Not exactly a nail-biter here, but you never know. Sacramento with the ball. They lead by the biggest margin of the game, 15 points. On the court for the Pelicans, getting the fourth quarter going. We've got Kufis. Caron Butler is out there with Anthony Davis. Then it's Thompson, and it's Nash in at the one spot. Clock at 6. Here's Cousins. And counts the basket. He was fouled, and he's going to the line for one more.
And those are the kinds of plays that are just killing them right now.
Now let's take a moment to get your guys' take on the scoring so far for Sacramento.
And they've made the long range look like a layup at times in this one, guys.
They've worked hard tonight at crashing the boards as well. They've had a bunch of second-chance points.
Butler in the corner. Out to Nash. New Orleans moving it around. Davis. And the rebound goes to Villanueva. Kings leading now by 18. Pass to Cousins. Fires the three. Good, and Smart gets the assist. Smart's got 4 assists in the game.
And how about the last 5 made shots have all been threes? The defense is just giving up a barrage.
Most teams get the message to cover shooters after 1 or 2 wide open looks at the three-point shot, but it seems like they have just not figured it out.
And for a long time in the NBA, the stretch 4 was kind of the anomaly and not the standard. Now it seems that you are the rare power forward if you can't hit a three. Very few traditional power forwards now in the NBA.
Thompson with it, and it's Johnson picking him up. Nash, the pass to Thompson. Davis kicks to Butler. Thompson dishes to Davis. And they force the shot clock violation. Great team. Biyombo is checked in for DeMarcus Cousins.
In for your Kings.
Game moves along. 2 minutes gone here in the fourth. Here's Smart. And Johnson now top of the key. The dish to Smart. Just 5 on the clock. Nice work on the boards. Paying off with the basket.
His shooting has been outstanding here. Definitely one of the reasons they're up in this game.
Pass to Thompson. He dishes it to Davis. Butler in the corner. And again, no good by New Orleans.
Some of the shots he's taken have been real head scratchers. I mean, come on. He's out there playing like it's a game of horse at the park.
Smart kicks to Pierce. Dishes it to Biyombo. Johnson outside. Feeds to Pierce. Baseline J on the way. No good. For New Orleans, they've gone 0 of 3 to start the fourth quarter. Nash kicks to Butler. Stolen by Smart. And now with the fast break, Smart with the ball. And the foul called on Anthony Davis. That will get him his 4th foul of the game.
And that 4th foul, guys, might force him to scale back the aggression from a defensive standpoint. He does not need, nor does the team need, number 5.
Thomas Robinson, he's checked in for Davis. 5 on the clock. The turnaround jumper. And once again off the mark by Sacramento. And the Pelicans shooting under 40% all in all for the game. Nash, the pass to Thompson. Good, and the assist goes to Nash.
And he came off that screen, and the D just didn't get over the top of it.
Yep, weren't there in time enough to challenge Greg, and when that's the case, you can mark those up for him.
It's Pierce on the wing, defended by Butler. The 10-footer. Pelicans with the rebound. Koufos has got 3 rebounds so far in the game. Now Nash. From outside the arc. And it's Sacramento with the rebound. Biyombo's got 5 rebounds tonight. Now here's Smart, defended by Nash. Outside Pierce. Wide open. Hits some rim on the way in, and the bucket's good. New Orleans has gone 1 of 2 from 3-point range here in the fourth. And here's Nash. Thompson outside. They get the rebound. And it's Koufos missing. Sacramento leading by 22. Smart with the ball.
You know, it hasn't always been the case in the NBA.
Marcus Smart ripped it down.
And a sturdy screen set for him that time, and he doesn't fool around, just straight to the rim for the finish.
No way for his man to get around that one, that's for sure.
No chance, Kevin. I mean, the screen was in the right spot. His feet were set. He would have had to go straight through him, and that's not legal.
Three-pointer, Butler. No good. Excellent D there from Pierce.
And I think taking a time here to talk things over is a smart idea.
One of the things you want to do is make sure everybody is clearly on the same page with the game plan. And sometimes you need a timeout to make sure that's the case.
Timeout called by the Kings.
And one thing that I know a lot of fans are worried about it is NBA jerseys with ads on them. It's something the NBA has explored more in-depth recently and would be another stream of revenue for the league.
Jarnell Stokes, he's checked in for Sacramento. Hollis Jefferson comes in for Pierce. Now here's Smart. Shot clock at 6. Kicks it to Johnson. And that one goes long. And with the ads on the jerseys, it isn't something that would sit well with the fans probably, but around the globe, almost every other league in the world has ads on their jerseys.
You know, the NBA has shown that they're willing to try new things with jerseys, much like they've looked at other issues. It started with the sleeve jerseys, and advertisements is just another area they're exploring.
Here's Smart. And Villanueva has it in the corner. Now here's Smart. Not a lot of room. That's good.
Just the height separation on that mid-range jumper. Excellent job of taking advantage.
Clark, some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, they need a basket just to regain some momentum here, Kevin.
Hill dishes to Randall to stop the drought. Nice fake, but the layup off the mark. The Kings have gone 6 of 12 from the field here in the fourth, and even 50%. Now Smart. Here's Hollis Jefferson. It's deflected. Oh, and here we go with Gordon. Nobody back. And Chandler throws it down.
That's a terrific sequence at both ends of the floor. They block the shot and recover it for the fast break finish.
And here's Smart.
Well, the game's getting bigger, going international. But at least in the U.S., it really seems the game is going indoors. Back in the day, the legends of the game still played on the blacktop. That's becoming a thing of the past.
There's a good screen. Out to the right wing. Here's Villanueva. It's tipped. And it's out of bounds. They say it was last touched by Randall. Johnson, wide open. He fires. New Orleans gone into a funk from downtown in the fourth. Only one of their 5 three-pointers has found the bottom of the bucket. The Kings shooting straight 49% from the field. And speaking, Clark, of playground basketball, why do you think that is, that players are going indoors?
Well, I think one reason is playing on hardwood is nicer. It's easier on your joints and safer overall. The game has changed and it's big business now, but there are still plenty of weekend warriors who get their hoop on outside.
And you like to see since the half now, he's finally starting to come around.
Well, Marcus Smart was drafted to the Celtics as their future point guard. He came in with a lot of work to do and a skill set that people really like. But his first season, Clark, was a roller coaster.
Yeah, it really was. He was an off guard in high school and in his first year of college as well. Really only played full-time at the point the year before he was drafted.
Timeout called here. The Pelicans decide to talk it over.
And for Smart, though, he still has a lot of work to do on his ball handling and passing. His shooting, I think, exceeded some people's expectations. 37% from the field last year was subpar, but his 34% accuracy from three was solid. He finally started going straight up on his jumper instead of leaning in, and his release looked money.
Catching up on the changes for Sacramento. Biyombo is checked in for Villanueva. Pierce comes in for Tyler Johnson. And it's Jordan Adams in for Marcus Smart. Just 4 to shoot. Nash outside. Second shot opportunity. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up and 2 shots coming up. That free throw, no good.
You know, you talk about Smart's lackluster field goal percentage. Once he gets more comfortable with his ball handling and adjusts to the length in the NBA, I think he'll convert more at the basket. That'll also create more drive and dish chances for him as well.
Adams with it. He feeds it to Pierce. It's in and good for his 6th field goal in 10 attempts.
That's exactly why you don't leave your feet until the shooter elevates. He went for that pump fake, hook, line, and sinker.
Davis sets a screen. Nash with no one around. Hits the target from 18 feet. Sacramento's gone 2 for 2 from three-point land to start the 4th quarter. Adams against Nash. Adams, the pass to Hollis Jefferson. They set the screen. Here's Adams. No good on the 3. New Orleans has gotten some tough luck from three-point range. In the 4th quarter, they've hit just 1 of 6 from deep. Outside, Davis. Oh, and that one, no question, powered it down.
And as we head to the final buzzer here, a crushing blowout, big-time dominance, and this will go in the record books as a gaudy win for Sacramento.
And they could do no wrong today, Steve. That's right. This was a team performing to its Clark fullest capability.
Yeah, and a very satisfying win for him, too. A game to remember, and on the other side, definitely one you want to forget as soon as possible.
So looking at the season total, this will be their 17th win.
And you have to look back at this and see the huge game it was for Cousins. He was doing everything right, and the points came in bunches. Definitely had the hot hand.
Robinson left side. Picked off in midair. Now here's Pierce. .30 seconds left in the 4th quarter. Shot clock at 5. Here's Hollis Jefferson. Sacramento again missing. Last outing for the New Orleans Pelicans. It was a loss to San Antonio. There's a screen by Robinson. Now Thompson. And so it's Sacramento easily grabbing this one. They poured it on tonight, Clark. A dominant showing in front of a crowd that loved every minute of it.
I don't think they have anything but positives to take away from this win. Offensively, defensively, every aspect of the game, it all went right for them.
Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. For Greg Anthony, Doris Burke, Clark Kellogg, and the rest of our terrific 2K Sports crew, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. Now we send you to the award-winning Ernie Johnson, who's standing by in our studio.